honorable members of the election committee, my dear friends and colleagues. I stand here today to do my last term as president of the SCBA. But what I really stand for is for the dignity and respect of the bar. We have been disrespected by the registry, by the judges, but unfortunately our leadership has not taken any stand to cure this disrespect. This listing system is being announced without consulting the bar. This registry suddenly comes up with all kinds of defects which were not there originally, and there is a system of repeated defects pointing, which is again a clear disrespect to the bar. I stand here to restore that dignity. In my last tenure, when we were wanting to get this chamber block constructed, and we had also filed a writ petition because the entire land is not meant for chambers, and Justice Welfare asked us to file a writ petition. Justice Chandrachud was not listing the writ petition in spite of 10 bench hearings. I had to escalate the matter, get a special bench fixed, get a judgment for the first time in the history of Supreme Court, where it has been held that whenever any infrastructure is to be developed in the Supreme Court, the bar has to be consulted. If that land is to be given only for chambers, because unfortunately the government allotment says part chambers, we can have at least 1,000 chambers constructed. But unfortunately, from my last tenure, in the last 2 years, nothing has been done. The matter is still lying as it is. It is insulting for the bar that in spite of getting such a huge corpus, we are offering our members a paltry sum of 2 lakhs as medical insurance. When we paid only 1.42 crore premium for a 5 lakh cover, I don't understand who has negotiated a 10 crore premium for a 2 lakh cover. There is something definitely amiss. If we had actually kept this money with us also and used the interest, we could have serviced our members directly by taking their medical bills and paying them off and making it completely hassle-free and spending hardly 2 to 3 crores in a year. Because even in a 5 crore policy, 5 lakh policy, the total claims that were made were only about 1.72 crores. So there is something wrong. This will have to be done. There is a general body call which is already pending. The previous EC, in spite of the statutory period having lapsed, has not called for the general body. We may have to call the general body if necessary, if the things are not absolutely taken to his right thing. I am grateful to Mr. Pradeep Rai for listing on what we did in our earlier tenure, so I won't have to repeat them here. There is a huge problem of first-generation lawyers. I'm also a first-generation lawyer, and I know the troubles of a first-generation lawyer. And I've been meeting a lot of people in this campaign. Somebody suggested a very nice thing. There should be a database of first-generation lawyers. And that database should be used for helping them in placements, should be used for getting them local commissioner assignments. Instead of getting local commissioner work to the judges' sons and lawyers' sons, it should be given to these first-generation lawyers, because that will be a huge encouragement to let them grow, because they suffer disabilities as against a second-generation lawyer. There is a lot of candidates have talked about eligibility to vote. I do not want, मैं इस बात का ऐलान करना चाहता हूं कि मैं नहीं चाहता कि जो यहाँ लोग आ रहे हैं रोज, चाहे अपीयरेंस हो या ना हो, उनकी वोटिंग खत्म की जाए. उनकी वोटिंग बरकरार रहेगी. और ये मैं वादा करता हूं, ये जस्टिस नागेश्वर राय कमेटी ने भी कहा है कि 25 साल जिसका अगर हो चुका है उसको वोटिंग ऐसे ही रहेगा. इसलिए ना अपीयरेंस की जरूरत होगी, ना किसी और चीज की जरूरत होगी. ये बिना बात का एक गलत वो फैलाया जा रहा है, इसको मैं क्लियर करना चाहता हूँ. ये मेरा लास्ट टर्म है. प्रेसिडेंट का। बहुत सी इश्यूज हैं जो मैंने आज की चिट्ठी में आप लोग सबको लिखी है। ये 5 मिनट का टाइम उन सारों विषयों को कवर करने के लिए नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आप लोगों से वादा करता हूँ कि जितने भी इश्यूज मैंने अपनी चिट्ठी में लिखे हैं, जितने भी बार के बहुत प्रेसिंग इश्यूज हैं, सबसे पहला और फॉरमोस्ट सोशल सिक्योरिटी, डिग्निटी फॉर द बार, इनको मैं अपने टेन्योर में ऐसा कुछ सिस्टम बना जाऊंगा कि ये परमानेंट बार किए रहे, और अपने इस पद से हटने के बाद भी आप लोग की सेवा में हमेशा मौजूद रहूंगा, और पहले भी रहा हूं जब मैं इस पावर दे रहा हूं। धन्यवाद।